Any real-time React application will include an asynchronous function or asynchronous calls. And that's itself within your code, it can be a bit tricky to get it to work. So we can imagine how we can test that. It may sound also very difficult, but I will show you today a very easy way. There are many ways, but this is one of them, which is very easy way to test an asynchronous call. So in our previous video, we had a counter component, very simple one, which when you click the trigger me up button, it just increase your count. So what I did for this code, I tried to delay it a little bit to simulate an actual asynchronous call. For example, let's say you have an API and you have to wait for the response and so on. So if, for example, if I come here and click my button, click, it will take almost 1 second and it will make your count increase. I'll click again and it will take some time and then you can show the next count on your UI. So how we can test this one? So this is our component in React that we built earlier. And before we had in line 6, set count plus 1. So what I did, I just commented that line and I came here and did a set time out and I didn't enter above 1 second and then I can trigger this function. So we still have the same test as we had before. The first one, as you remember, is just for the initial render. So everything is the same. And the second one was for the button is clicked. So let's run our test and see if anything is failing. npm run test. And we got one text failing, which is when it's trying to find my count is 1. That text is not found, it is null. And that happens when you click on your button the first time, so it's not finding this. And the reason why is because this text, this code here, this assertion here, run immediately after you click your button, which we know that the button will wait for some time and some things will happen. So there's no real same time action. We have to wait. There's something going to happen in the future. So how we can handle this? So in the React testing library, we can import one function called wait for, wait for. And what we can do here, I will come, I will just say, after my button clicks, await and wait for, and we will do our assertion right inside there. Okay, and you can see here this one is underlined because you can't call await only within an async function. So I will come here and make my text async function, and not up there. You can see it's underlined still, not in the describe, but directly in the test. So I'll just put it right there. And that should fix it. Let's see what's happened now with our test. So we still have one test failing, but as you can see, it's saying this is still to be truthy. So in my count one is not yet found. We still have this count 0. So what I have done, I just replaced query by text in my assertion with find by text in here. And the reason is that the get by or get by all, it's not an async. I will not wait. Even if you use this await for, it will just run immediately. So keep that in mind when using React testing library. If you're using assertion against something that you're waiting for, don't use query or query by, but use find by. Okay, so I replaced that and I saved it, and let's see our test. So yes, that worked. So my first assertion is working. The second one, of course, is not working because I didn't wrap it in a wait function. Let's get that done. So I'll just copy and paste next to my next button. And I'll just say now my assertions against my count is 2. And just delete these and hit save. And I hope this should work. And yes, all this is working now as expected. So this is a very simple way you can test your async calls in your React application. And React testing library have built-in functionality for you. All what you have to do, just import it, make sure you have a wait before it, and you have an async within your test function. And then put your assertion inside of it. Just after you trigger your event or your API monk or whatever, just make sure you call that after that event is triggered.